Hey guys, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. Today we're talking about 30 Days of Night. 30 Days of Night was released in 2007, and it's the film adaptation of the 30 Days of Night graphic novel series. The story begins on the last day of sunlight in Barrow, Alaska, where once the sun sets, it won't rise again for 30 days. We see Ben Foster's character, only known as the Stranger, standing at the edge of the water staring out at an anchored ship before turning and walking towards the town. We're then introduced to Sheriff Evan and his deputy Billy, as well as Evan's estranged wife Stella, and also some of the other townspeople who were just all preparing for this month of darkness that they're about to be thrown into. What they don't know, however, is that the stranger that has just arrived is already carrying out a plan that is going to allow the town to be overrun by vampires, so they can come in and feed for the month without the fear of sunlight. So he gathers up most of the cell phones in the town and burns them. He cuts the power to the communication station, and he murders all of the sled dogs. All of this was to essentially cut off Barrow from the outside world even more than it already is. Apparently, the Stranger had made a deal with the lead vampire, Marlowe, that he would do all of this for them if Marlowe would turn him into a vampire once they arrived. The Stranger ends up finding himself being arrested by Sheriff Evan, and shortly after that is when all hell breaks loose. What follows next is basically just an hour and a half of the vampires brutally and relentlessly picking off the people, while the people either try to hide or fight back. Now I have to say, I thought the vampires in this movie were very well done, especially Danny Huston as Marlowe. He's awesome, and his performance was just great. But just in general, the vampires were brutal and merciless and just all around terrifying. Like, just imagine yourself in this completely dark, freezing cold town where you're surrounded by these predators that are hunting you down and you're basically defenseless against them. And on top of that, there's no help coming, not for a month at least. You're on your own. It's just you and them. So anyway, like I said, most of the movie is just the vampires hunting down everyone they can, and it spans the entire 30 days. Once it reaches day 30, there's only a few people left, and they're all hiding out in the utilidor. Evan is there, and he gets the bright idea to inject himself with some infected blood from his deputy Billy, who was infected and killed just a few minutes prior. Evan believes that this is the only way he can fight Marlowe. So if you've seen the movie, you know how it goes. Evan kills Marlowe in like the most badass way possible, and the rest of the vampires, I guess they just decide they don't want any of that because they just turn around and leave. So earlier in the film, Evan and Stella kind of make up, and he promises her that they're going to be together at the end of the 30 days and they would watch the sunrise together. Although they get to do this now because the vampires are gone, by this time Evan is beginning to turn into a vampire himself, so when the sun rises, it literally burns him alive and turns him into ash, and that's where the movie ends. Now, I know that there's a sequel that continues this story, and from what I've heard in that one, Stella is fighting the vampires to avenge Evan's death, but I haven't seen that one yet, and I've heard that it's actually pretty terrible, so I'm not really looking forward to watching it, but I'll probably get around to it eventually. However, I must say that I did really enjoy 30 Days of Night. I've always been intrigued by Barrow because of the long periods of darkness they experience, so it was really cool to see a horror movie based around that. I'm not usually a huge fan of vampire movies, I'm more of a zombie fan myself, but this one was done right, I think. With all that being said, I'm going to give 30 Days of Night 21 out of 30. Alright, that's all for today. Let me know what you thought of 30 Days of Night down in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos just like this one, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.